this is a very close dupe to a high-end concealer. Let's get that satisfying first squeeze shot. Oh yeah, there it is. Ooh yeah. That retails for only $9, and I'm sure you can find a coupon for it too. What is up, my friends? Ashley L over here with AHM Artistry, and in this video today, I'm gonna be reviewing another complexion product. I know, it's a lot of complexion products this month, but all of these companies are coming out with so many face products, and I am so excited because it's been a minute since they were launching that. I feel like all the focus was on eyeshadow palettes at the end of 2019, so now is the time for face. And we have both high-end and drugstore products being released, and a lot of drugstore products, which I am super excited about. I don't know about you guys. So today in this video, we are going to be testing out the brand new NYX Born to Glow concealer, and I am so excited for that because I already love the Born to Glow foundation, and I want to see how they pair together. So we're going to be doing that today. Of course, we're going to be doing a wear test. You know how I like to do it over here, because sometimes we like something at first, but then within a couple hours, it's like sliding off our face, and that's no good. So we're going to be testing out that longevity time. We're going to be testing out how much pigmentation it is, if it's blendable, and everything like that. If you are new to my channel, new to this face, new to this mug right here, I would love it if you would consider subscribing at any point in time in this video. That way you get notified when I post more videos, which is 3 times a week. And I'd love to have you part of my little fam bam, because I have the best fam bam in the world. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to comment along with the video and chat with me. I appreciate it so much. I just love talking about makeup and chatting about makeup. It's so much fun. I love it. But anyways, back to this video. If you want to see me test out this NYX Born to Glow concealer, see how the wear time is and everything like that, then you're in the right place. And all you need to do now is sit back, hang tight, and keep on watching. Boop. So jumping right into it, I'm going to be prepping with the Covergirl primer in the moisturizing formula. This primer has a silicone base, just like the NYX Born to Glow one does. And I know these pair nicely together already because I already do this. Okay, easy peasy. Now, first of all, this concealer right here, Born to Glow, was available on Ulta's website and within Ulta stores. I also saw it at Target. I didn't really look much further from there, but NYX tends to launch pretty well across all boards, so that's exciting. It should be pretty accessible. There were testers in my Ulta stores. However, I don't remember if it was the whole collection that I saw. It might have been. It might have been. I ended up ordering online because I was placing an order anyways, and I had a good coupon, so I used that. So make sure to use a coupon if you reach that limit and get yourself some coins saved. So it retailed for $9 originally, which isn't bad. It has a little sponge tip applicator, I noticed. I picked up the shade Vanilla, which I am a little bit nervous about because I picked up the vanilla shade in the Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer, which I loved that concealer, but it oxidized like crazy on me. So I'm really hoping this doesn't oxidize too much. So I'm going to be applying first on the sides of my cheeks where I like to cover up my discoloration, because that's what I tend to do normally. Of course, if that's something that you don't do in your routine, then don't even worry about this part. We're going to be putting on foundation in just a sec. Let's get that satisfying first squeeze shot. Oh yeah, there it is. Ooh yeah. Oh, whoops. I kind of pumped out too much. Okay. Okay, that's a little. Let me just put it, I usually swipe it all over, but that was a lot. So let me just put it there, and I'm going to be using my beauty sponge today to keep it kind of more of a fresh face. That is really creamy. That feels really nice. And you know what? I think the color right now will work. Like I said, I really hope it doesn't oxidize, because that's a sad thing when it happens and it like works perfect at first and then you're like, no, what happened? It's orange. That did a really nice job in covering up the discoloration. Wow. That's fantastic. Now I'm going to go in with the Born to Glow foundation. I have the shade Nude. Now at first when I apply this, it looks like it's not my color, but it does a weird thing where once it's all blended out, it's my color. I don't know what kind of magical magicianness it is. I don't know how it doesn't get darker, but it somehow works for me. And you know what? When I reviewed this originally on that video, I had a couple of you guys comment that that same thing happened to you. So it's bonkers, it's weird, I don't know. So I'm gonna go ahead and just apply this really quickly, and then we'll go back in to highlight with the Born to Glow concealer and cover up some, little areas that need some covering. See, that has like a nice radiant finish, which is really pretty, and it's kind of like a medium coverage foundation, but having that Born to Glow concealer on my cheeks beforehand definitely boosted the coverage, which I really enjoy. I'm usually like a full coverage gal. However, I've been having a lot of fun this year so far playing with some different light to medium coverage foundations and trying to find like the perfect situation that works for me, because a lot of times they look like they're sitting on top of my skin, but these formulas lately have been a lot better. So I'm really excited for that. So now I'm gonna go in with the concealer and just kind of, I'm gonna tap it. I'm gonna do little dots just because I have too much product on, just where I would normally conceal. And I'm just gonna put a little down my nosy poo. Feels so nice and glidey. And it is only 0.17 fluid ounces. That's about half the size of Shape Tape. So you might go through this a little bit faster too. I'm gonna switch to my AOA Studio blending sponge because I love this sponge so much. And I just had a bunch of wet sponges here and I just grabbed the e.l.f. one originally, which worked really nicely, but I just like the feeling of this one on my face better. That's covering really nicely so far. Nose, look at that. The main thing I'm worried about this being the formula that it is creasing under the eyes and like rolling, because a lot of hydrating / radiant concealers tend to do that, which I don't prefer. I don't know about you. Also don't like my under eyes looking dry. It's like, it's just a battle. It's like some hydrating products, face products are so nice looking, but they just don't have that longevity. I wish we could have both. Why not both? Like the taco girl says in that commercial. Okay, blend it out really nicely. Nice brightening, radiant, but not overly, and obviously no shimmer or anything at all, which sometimes they just call a product radiant because they throw a bunch of glitter in it. You're not experiencing that. That just has like a really, really nice glow to it. And it's not drying down too fast, so I have the ability to, you know, take my time blending it out and talk with you guys. All right, I just waited 5 minutes to show you guys what that looks like without being set. Let's feel. Oh, not terribly sticky. No. Yeah, so if you don't like setting your face, this might be okay. I still feel a little tiny bit, but it's not like tacky or sticky or anything weird. I do have a little bit of rolling in the under eyes, but it's not that bad. And of course, for me, I always have to set anyways, but just so you have that information. I'm gonna set with powder really quickly and then I'll show you what that looks like. All right, this is with everything set, and I use the NYX Cosmetics by Pores pressed powder because it's my favorite and it doesn't make me look too dry. It did mattify the look a little bit, but that's just to be expected. I don't like any kind of feeling on my face, and I only set it until I don't feel that anymore. So it feels perfect right now. Should help with longevity too. Yeah, everything's looking really nice. So let me go ahead and do the rest of my entire makeup, and then I'll show you what that looks like before we go in with the wear test. All right, this is what everything looks like all done, and hello, I can definitely see some radiance, some glow. This is highlight right here, so we're not counting that, but everywhere else looks pretty glowy, looks pretty nice. I'll also go ahead and pop up on the screen right now what this all looks like on my iPhone shot in natural lighting, just to give you a different perspective. I'm definitely seeing like a medium coverage, which is what the foundation gave, so I'm not surprised with the concealer. I can still kind of see my skin through it, but it doesn't look like it's resting on top of my skin, which is really nice. Usually the ones that do that will definitely break out throughout the day. This seemed to marry really nicely into my skin. It kind of looks like my skin, but better, you know, that vibe, that feeling. So I'm thinking it looks really pretty at this moment in time, but we never know how it's gonna actually wear, and I'm really curious to find out, and I'm sure you are too. So let's go ahead and see the aftermath. All right, you guys, it's been a little over 8 hours. How we looking? How we looking? I'll tell you what I'm seeing so far. I am seeing a little bit of, you know, oiliness starting to come through, but not as bad as the e.l.f. situation that we just reviewed a couple days ago, but it is definitely starting to come through. And because of that, I'm starting to get a little bit of a breakdown, especially on the upper lip, which I did put a decent amount of concealer upon. So I am noticing that. I do want to say, when I use the Born to Glow foundation with the Jeffree Star Magic Star concealer, it doesn't usually get this type of grease level on me like it did today with the Born to Glow concealer. So that is worth noting. I kind of expected that a little bit because this is more of a hydrating radiant concealer versus the Magic Star. The Magic Star is great, but this one is definitely more hydrating, more radiant. So because of that, I'm also seeing some rolling on the under eye area. Granted, I'm kind of manipulating my face in order to see that. I'm pulling my eyes down, I'm stretching my skin to see those rolls. But that doesn't happen when I use my like tried and true concealers that I love, that are long wearing. The rolling doesn't happen, so it is worth noting. It might be able to be finessed because I use a setting powder today, the By Pores pressed powder, that is more on the, it's not necessarily hydrating, but it's not mattifying in any way. So if I went in with a more matte powder, that might help the longevity of this situation. I could easily blot it, add a little bit of powder, and I would probably be fine. Unlike the e.l.f., you know, whole review that I did with a whole bunch of their new products where it was almost like there was no saving it at that point because it was so oily and everything was separating and starting to get really weird on me. This is only separating up here. So I think if I caught it maybe like a half an hour ago, maybe an hour ago, I would have been able to fix it really quickly. I know not everybody has that abilities though, depending on your job and everything, but there's information for you. There's how everything's looking. All right, hear me out. Hear me out. I just did a little touch-up experiment to see how this would actually look if you went ahead and touched up with this concealer. And this side of my face, I did it. Obviously, this side is what I was left with before. Look at how nicely it reapplied everywhere. On my upper lip, on my under eye, it's re-brightened, it's refreshed. I did a little tiny bit of the concealer everywhere, blended out with a sponge by gently pressing it in, and then I touched up with my powder a little bit. So if you had time to touch it up, you could. But while I was doing it, I realized this is a very close dupe to a high-end concealer. Too Faced Born This Way Radiant Concealer. You guys. I actually don't love this concealer personally, but I love this concealer compared to this one, compared to that, because this one will really crease on me and it's like noticeable and it's like too greasy and it happens too fast. This one got a longer wear for me than this one did, and they both have similar claims, both radiant, both similar coverage. And look at how easily I could touch up with it, which is what I use this for, because I got it for a review video forever ago and somebody told me use it to like touch up in areas if you need to, and that's what I kept it for to do. But this actually works just as well that way, and it works better in the beginning stages as well. So $9 versus what? $28 for this one. So I would much rather any day, not even comparing prices. If you were to put the prices aside, I would rather go with this one than this one, but factoring in prices, oh my gosh, for sure this one. So I thought that was worth testing out for you guys and seeing, like, look at how nice this side looks again versus this side, and yeah, there you go. There you go. All right, you guys, thank you so much for stopping by and checking out my little first impressions review and demonstration and wear test of the new NYX Born to Glow Concealer. Of course, as always, please let me know down in the comments below if this is something that you'd be interested in trying out, and let us know why, what draws you to it, or if you aren't interested in it, why would this not be an interest to you? Because I love to get a chat and I love to talk all about it, because like I said, I just love makeup and it's so much fun just playing and finding out and sorting through what are good ones and what are bad ones. If you are new to my channel, like I said at the beginning, I would love it if you would consider subscribing. That way you get notified when I post more videos, which is about 3 times a week. And that's about it for today, you guys. Thank you all again so much for watching, and I hope that every single one of you out there, every single one of you, go out there and today have a great, freaking wonderful, radiant, magical, beautiful day, unless it's the evening, in which case have a really good night's sleep and get a lot of rest and get ready to slay the day tomorrow, baby. All right, bye.